Hello, my beautiful friends. So, I'm so excited. Today is Leap Day. So, happy birthday to those who celebrate their birthday on Leap Day. How cool is that? Well, I had a really rough day yesterday. I had no energy. I had a hysterectomy many years ago, and so I didn't think I would go through a traditional menopause, but I have a feeling I'm going through one because I get heat flashes and things that I don't normally get. And I was just the weather was really crappy. It was rainy. I felt drained. I pretty much tried to sleep all day with moderate success. I felt like the inside of me was melting. Don't ask me. I don't know. I just felt crappy all day. But anyway, I woke up today full of energy, and I cleaned a lot, and I found something I was missing. My book of blessings. Now, I have a book of shadows. That's where I, journal out sort of my deepest things that I'm working on. But this is, a grimoire, I believe, which is called theirs. I call mine a book of blessings because it has lots of different things in it. But it has my original rune research that I had all compiled into here. So when I do my rune readings, I'll be back to using the book. And because I have much more thoughts written down than the app has. I have my, I'm just giving you a tour of this book. So it starts off with the runes and different spreads. And then it has my core beliefs in it. So one day, people can find it. It has how I define wisdom. And then it has different like oils and tinctures and things that I use for healing and for health. And then it has the eightfold wheel in it, journal prompts for each of the eightfold. In the Celtic tradition, like we have different names for some of the things and different traditions than like historical witchcraft might have. I have our Celtic toasts that we use. I have my COVID protocol and my homemade neti pot. So like sort of all of my healing herbs and things that I do. I have affirmations in here. I mean, I would read all this stuff to you, but I would bore the ever-living socks off of you. And, it's just really like I have all kinds of different spreads in here for how to lay out the runes. And I love having my book back. So, funny story. When we went to the hospital, Julian and I both love to listen to music. So, neither one of us like earbuds. I don't know if it's just because I was born in the 70s and earbuds just hurt. Because I was a swimmer and a diver, I always get ear infections if I don't wear earplugs. So, like, the earplugs that I wear, earplugs are actually made for me. They're molded to my ear. So, earbuds never sit right and they hurt me. So, I actually like these old-fashioned, over-the-head, looking like I'm from the 80s, rocking it out, rock it out. So, I got mom and kiddo Raycons because I have Beats too, but I like the Raycons better, and they're noise canceling. And in my house at night, I like to sleep in I like it to be cold so I can have lots of blankets. I like it to be quiet, and I like it to be dark. And none of those things exist in any room in this house. But with the magical headphones, which are actually easy to sleep on, I am able to achieve this Zen experience. And then I pipe in chirping birds and stuff from the Aura app, which is a great app. If you don't have that app, it's a great app. Anyway, so I was, Dave was working on his fish tanks, and I was working upstairs, and then I came down and I was doing some reading and some research, and I was journaling, and I had my headphones on. I'm like in my zone, and I'm singing along, and Dave is hard of hearing, so he can't hear me sing even with his hearing aids in, but Julian walks down the stairs, and I'm like singing Passenger on the top of my lungs, and he's like, "Mom!" And I just caught him out of the corner of my eye because I can't hear him. And I just pushed it back a little bit. He goes, "Mom, shut it," which is how he says shut up. So then I proceeded to dance around the entire downstairs, which he did not like. And I'm like, "Where did you think you got your dancing from?" When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a dancer like every other little girl. And my mom told me that the only kind of dancer I was ever going to be was a stripper. So she dashed that dream, but she's probably right. My personality combined with the big boobs, that's probably the market I would have been in. But anyway, I digress. I'm going to read some runes and use my fancy book to read to you on this leap day. So on this leap day, Spirit, give us a message for us to think about as we journal. I know I journaled a few times today already, but I'm going to journal some more with whatever you tell me I should journal about. So today's journaling was all about accepting who we are, like who we are. I've been doing a lot of past life regression work, and I think I've said this. I think I've talked about this, but I've been stuck. I've not been able. I was able to do it one time, and I haven't been able to do it ever since then. No matter which person I try or what I try, and I just got the sense through journaling today, like I'm supposed to work with that instance before moving on to something else. So that was the sense that I got, and just claiming ownership of who I am in this lifetime. And that's kind of where we go. That's where we are. So let us read. We're going to do, let's do 3 Norns on this leap day. So what is our present energy, Spirit? Asking Spirit to guide us for a good message to journal about. How cool is that? All right, how are we coming? What are we bringing in? What led us here? And where are we headed? Oh, good stones. You want to come out? All right, I'm going to take a hot second. I'm going to go look at the stones, talk to Spirit, and I will be right back. So this is such a beautiful, beautiful message. So, and I realized I don't think I mentioned what the names of the stones are. So sorry about that. So our first stone is Ingus, which means seed. Oh, my plant fell over. Hold on, I'll be right back. So Ingus means seed, like the aloe plant, right? And aloe plants are pretty hardy, but they do require attention, so I watered them real quick. But to read to you from the book, goals, growth, change, and home, right? Common sense, growth, internal spiritual growth, break social roles about gender, interact with the supernatural, don't worry about what others think, physical presence, pleasure without hurting others, have patience, be still, store energy and power for the right moment. It's a very positive rune, meaning wealth, good blessings, sense of wholeness, mental wellness, individual space, new opportunities, experience new things, problem solving, common sense, put your house in order, take a holiday, explore your sexuality, share, and harmonious interactions. And there's no inversion. And it's a positive stone that outweighs if there would be negative stones, which there aren't in this reading. But that is kind of the space I was in today, the planting seed kind of stage, sort of getting my house in order, getting my office back together, sort of sorting through some of the stuff. I have a lot of stuff that needs to find other homes because I have too much. So what brings us into this energy? Well, Fehu, it's the first letter in the alphabet, and it means domesticated cattle. But also another blessings, because in order to have domesticated cattle, you had to have some kind of wealth, to be able to buy them and then have, pay for fences and people that take care of them and whatnot. So it's money, wealth, abundant success, security, fertility, fire, prosperity, and wealth, nourishment of life, creation, beginning. Nothing is made by chance. Luck is an energy. Self-confidence, comfort, feminine, domestic trained animals, domesticated cattle, the first divine creature. Controlled, intentional fire. New project, be humble, don't be idle, show respect. Look after your resources. Childbirth, motherly comfort. Wealth and success will soon arrive. Wealth should be spent wisely because it can come and go. Dreams and goals may be coming alive. What do you want to do? Who do you owe? What promises were made or broken? Make amends. So Fehu is so that's the energy that we're coming into. So this whole pathway that I've been on. Like, I'm planting seeds. I have seeds and I'm watering. I need to nurture them. I was reminded by Spirit to take care of my aloe plants because they need to be cared for too. And in that case, it wasn't watering necessarily, it was positioning, because they're too heavy and the things that they're in, so I'm going to need to have to move them into bigger pots, I think, and that will solve the problem. But it's really taking care of things and not taking for granted that they're going to live without your nurturing. So if you're on a spiritual path, which our final stone is going to talk about, if you're on a spiritual path, Iwas means horse. It means transportation and movement. And like Rado, like it's similar to Rado, but it's more about spiritual movement. Like, if you want to keep moving, if you want your path to grow, you have to nurture it. And there are a lot of weeds out there. So know what are the weeds for you. So in this book tonight, and in my other book, that I was working on sort of my personal ethos, like my ethics statement of what I believe in and how I practice and what I practice. I believe in witchcraft. They call it a code of ethics or a code of craft. That's what they call it in witchcraft. In pagan traditions, they call it a code of craft. Because I don't do magic, I don't actually have a code of craft, but I do have a code of ethics. And so, thinking about what it means. So obviously, no harm to anybody or anything. Any no harm, no harm done. No ill intent. Spreading light and love. That's the goal in everything. So, where do we head? Well, progress, trust, and change, teamwork and alliance, work together for a common goal, trust and cooperation, friendship, loyalty, honor, devotion, truth, harmonious connection, journey, travel, move from one situation to another, free spirit, spirit of the word and movement, change for yourself, new and exciting adventures and projects, transition and movement. And what it made me think of is, a year ago, I didn't know anybody in the sisterhood. I didn't know anybody. I was just out here making videos on YouTube so that I would get more comfortable talking about my beliefs. And now, I'm connected to all of you and all the new people who come to the channel every day. And, it's really, I planted a seed. Well, if you've watched the playbook, that like Spirit had to like knock me off a mountain, get me in a boot, and then I had to sit around and do nothing. And then I kind of got into this, and but it was always there. Like, everything was there. I just never took the time because I'm so busy. I never took the time to make time to say, what is it that I believe? Now that I've left the church, now that that's not my identity anymore, what is it that I believe? What do I actually believe? And without fear of retribution, right? Or fear of disappointing my parents or worrying about what anybody thinks. Like, what is it that I actually believe? And so, I've been spending time doing that, and I'm comfortable with what I believe. And I'm so comfortable in what I believe that I can have friends that believe completely different stuff, and it doesn't trick me. One of the things that always riled me up about the church is like, you can't talk to people who aren't yoked with you. Why? Do they have cooties? Am I going to get it? Well, the idea was, and I was a youth group leader, so I know that this is what they teach because this is what I taught. If you're on a table, it is very hard to pull somebody up on the table if you're on it. If you're laying on a table, it's hard to pull people up from the ground. It is easier for them to pull you down. Why is somebody with a different belief down? Like, why is that a down? That was the thing, like, I never kind of understood. Like, I can have friends who are Jewish. I can have friends who are Muslim. I can have friends who are atheist, agnostic, witches, Wiccans. It doesn't, if my beliefs are strong in what I believe, it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what they believe. I can celebrate and honor who they are as people and share light and love with them and break bread with them and have good conversations and work to fight poverty and work to fight homelessness and work to fight climate change. I can do all those things with people of all backgrounds. Like, they don't need to believe the same thing I believe. That's just division painted to look like something else. So I think, the new beginning that was started in me has led to these seeds that I'm nurturing. And if enough people are planting seeds and nurturing their seeds, we're all going to come together and make a positive impact on this world. And I know that the group of women that gather here on this channel and together, and you know, like we feel the effects of that positive energy in sharing and celebrating one another's successes, celebrating one another's pathways, and you know, like that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The world gets brighter and brighter, and isn't that an awesome thing? So on this leap day, which only comes every 4 years, let light and love be every day, not just leap day, but every single day. And I am wishing you all the best in light and love. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye.